Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 569. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Chris Al. What's up, Chris?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Ray?
Bazinga!
All right, so this is the Everything Show. I just want to say that I was a little annoyed because the other day I went to do my ordering. Remember we were doing our Godzilla cast, Chris?
Yep.
And I had put all this stuff in the thing to order it. And then I find out that, like, don't you get annoyed when you go to order, like, a whole bunch of stuff, and, like, some of the stuff is not available? And they're like, well, we'll send it to you when we get it, type of thing. You get that stupid notification? So I'm like,
I don't think that's ever happened to me before, actually, on Amazon.
the Megalon was out of stock, and I got pissed.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I want. So I was like, you know what the hell with this? So I put it into my wish list, emptied out my cart. Today, I had to go on business and see if I've been going to brand new Barnes & Nobles, checking to see in New York if they carry Promise Dream. Again, I'll only be able to know for sure if I'm actually in the store, you know? That's within reach. So I go to the Barnes & Noble there. It's on 54th Street, and it's like 160 East 54th Street. So, of course, the Google thing tells you where it is, but you don't know where it is because I'm going and I'm like, where is this place? I got lost. I thought it was on Madison Avenue, so I'm going all the way down now. Lexington Avenue, Park Avenue, down. Finally, it's like the biggest thing, bigger than life. This beautiful, it must be the most beautifulest Barnes & Noble I've ever seen. Like 3 floors. It was like ridiculously clean and nice. So I go in there and I see Promise Dream on the shelf, right? Mission accomplished. So I go to the guy and I said, listen, you know, I wrote this book. Do you have any other books of mine in the store? She's like, oh, you wrote this? And then he looked on the back. He saw my picture. There's me. He's like, would you mind signing the book for us? So I was like in shock because I was like not expecting any of that. Like, what? He's like, yeah, would you choose a marker or do you choose a pen? And I'm like, almost like, you know, like a fan meeting. You know, I'm like, I didn't know what to say. So I was pen. And then I was like, really? So I signed the thing. He's like, yeah, like if we ever have authors come in, we love for them to sign the book. And and we put a sticker on it that this is signed. I'm like, that's fabulous. I never heard of this. And all the Barnes & Nobles I'm going in, I'm telling people this is my book. Nobody's telling me this. So I'm excited. And I'm like, and then he's telling me that, you know, they could carry Loss of Ways, which that's probably coming. And I guess, you know, when you prove yourself, then the status changes on the other books, and maybe they'll give it a chance, like another book. So it was a very rewarding experience. I did my videos. I'm waiting for them to upload. It's taken forever. I don't know why. And then I wound up going into places I didn't realize where I was next to. I was next to St. Patrick's Cathedral. I'm next to Rockefeller Center. Like, you know, and I'm like filming all this stuff. And then I wound up going back towards Fifth Avenue to catch the bus. And I bump into the other Barnes & Noble that started all this wonderful stuff. So I go in there and I decide, you know what? I'm going to buy the Godzillas that I went to buy on Amazon. You know, so I get the Invasion of the Astro Monster, which is Monster Zero. And I get the Godzilla Raids Again.
Good. Those are both the master collections, so those are the really good ones. Yep.
So this is them. And then
Dude,
ordered.
I'm telling you, never watch the English version of Raids Again. Never do it.
I did.
Ever.
I have it in VHS.
It sucks.
And it does. It's not even the same row. I know. So they're ordering Megalon for me, which is great. And I wound up buying more Doctor Who Titans, which we'll be doing.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't even
Joe,
want
I think we need to have an intervention.
Well,
yeah, I think he's like a kid in a candy store.
yeah,
He can't get enough.
I was trying to calculate it. What are we up to, Chris? 160? 140? I think $160, right?
Yeah.
Or 180. So we're gonna have an adventure. All right, so I'm happy about that. What news do you have for us, Chris?
Well, there was a huge thing dropped at Toy Fair. Pretty big spoiler for Civil War. So anybody who doesn't want to hear it, this
Oh,
is
I
your
heard.
warning.
Okay. Does this have anything to do with shrinking? And
Yes.
I heard that weeks ago, bro. I saw
Yeah,
it.
but this is confirmed though now.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
it's not even a rumor. Again, if you guys don't want to hear it, this is your warning. If you haven't stopped watching now, you're gonna get spoiled possibly.
Go
Or
ahead.
you mute us.
Go ahead. So,
Yeah. So apparently, Giant Man is confirmed for the movie.
which is Ant-Man?
Which
But
is Ant-Man is reversing the process where he shrinks, he becomes giant. This has apparently been confirmed by a huge source there at Toy Fair. They have the toys out there now. They have a Funko Pop, I think, is the thing, and it says Giant Man on it. Which
saw that,
coincides.
yeah.
There's a new Ant-Man suit in this movie, so I'm gathering that Hank Pym and maybe Scott developed it after the events of Ant-Man, obviously. So this could, Ant-Man's on Cap's side in this movie, so that's a huge win for Cap right there. Because I mean, to be honest, Giant Man could even take on the Hulk if he has to. So.
Yeah, he is strong, like super strong,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I'm not
Young.
saying that the Hulk can't fight him, but I mean, the Hulk's not in this movie, so it really doesn't matter. But
Well,
not on Iron Man's side is what I mean.
right.
But I mean, really, look at Iron Man's side. Like, I don't think there's many people who can stand up to Giant Man one-on-one
Right.
very much. Like, even Iron Man would have a really hard time. So I think maybe Vision would be able to, but I'm not gonna say Vision's like all powerful or anything like that. But it's a big win for Cap's side, definitely having Giant Man on their side.
Right. We're gonna have a casualty though, but
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be Ant-Man though.
no, it's probably gonna be either Captain America or it's gonna be. But they'll live to Infinity War.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll come back if they have to.
Something will happen. Yeah. At the end of the Civil War comic, Captain America died. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm just letting you know. At the end of the comic, Captain America died. So we'll see. What else do we have?
It wouldn't surprise me if they killed him off in this movie, and then in Infinity Gauntlet Part 1, that's how it ends, with him coming back somehow.
Like Thanos brings him back because he wants to fight.
Or somebody brings him back. Maybe even in 2, somebody, they bring him back. But
Right.
I don't know. I think that'd be a pretty gutsy move to kill off Captain America. But then again, they definitely make the movie memorable.
Yep.
I think that's what they want.
We
And
think,
memorable
right?
was good.
Yeah. What else we have?
Trying to think. In the Black Series figures for Star Wars were revealed, and the fan choice for the poll that Hasbro, I believe it was Hasbro, had, the figure was finally revealed. The winner of the poll was Darth Revan, and they revealed the Darth Revan figure, and it looks amazing.
Wow.
It looks really cool, and I'm hoping that since they're making a Black Series figure of him, I know it was a fan poll, but I hope maybe this pushes Dave Filoni or Disney into possibly making Darth Revan a canon character, because I think fans would be over the moon, like if they ever announced, hey, he's canon. Here he is in Rebels. They mention him. They show his holocron or something. Because he'd be dead by now most likely, but
Right.
he's one of the most popular characters ever, and the fact that right now he's not canon is driving a lot of people crazy.
Right.
He's right up there with Mara Jade and Admiral Thrawn. So I think if they made Darth Revan canon, that would be crazy.
That's crazy. That's big news.
Yeah.
Exactly, Rick.
What else we have?
Oh, what was it? There was a Kong thing.
I'm just gonna mute for 2 minutes, guys. Okay. 2 minutes.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Chris.
There was an article today or a couple of days ago that came out that confirmed pretty much what we already know, that the Kong Skull Island is not a sequel to the 2005 Kong that was directed by Peter Jackson. And they said that this is the start of a quote unquote trilogy of movies that apparently is going to be Kong, Godzilla 2, and then Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be this trilogy, which is kind of surprising. But then again, I think they're doing the right thing by not going Kong 1, 2, and 3 because Kong doesn't really have that great of a story to tell in a trilogy. So I think that sounds pretty cool.
So again, it's going to be what? Say it one more time. It's going to be
the Kong trilogy, or the trilogy that they're making. They didn't give it a name, but they said that the trilogy that they're doing is Kong Skull Island, Godzilla 2, and then Godzilla vs. Kong.
Okay. So Godzilla 2 is connected with that.
Yeah, somehow it's connected, and I'm hearing
It'll probably appear at the end.
Probably, and I'm hearing that there's possibly going to be heavy Monarch references in Kong Skull Island.
I see.
So I'm really excited for that.
That's really good news.
I'm waiting for some more news about Kong, because that last video they made was really cool. I'm hoping we get some Shin Gojira news, because that has gone completely, it's gone news dark.
Yeah, that's true.
There's nothing. We've got nothing since freaking, it was January. I know it's only February now.
Why is that, though?
I really don't know. I mean, honestly, right now, I know the movie doesn't come out until, I think, June, so they got a couple months. But honestly, though, the reactions that people have been giving to this, other than the design getting a positive reaction for some reason, is the marketing with the poster and the trailer has been either neutral to negative. And I don't think that's where they want to be right now.
Right.
I wouldn't want to be there right now. I'd say let's have a teaser trailer. Let's do something, because that last teaser trailer was trash.
It was just garbage.
Complete garbage.
I wouldn't even have watched it. It was like, come on, I don't want to see people screaming, running. It's dumb. I hate that when they do that.
You know, if his tail would have come across and swept a whole bunch of people away,
yeah.
Awesome. But now he wasn't even in the trailer.
It was garbage, man. It had nothing. They had nothing. They filmed the trailer because the movie wasn't even made, and they just whatever. I hate that.
People screaming is like so old school. It's like something from the 50s.
I mean, I understand it has to happen, but that's just a waste of my time. Don't even bother about a teaser.
Right.
That's disgusting to me.
I remember when they did that first Godzilla 2014 teaser, everyone was like, good Lord, that was fantastic. With this one, it was just kind of like, end?
Yeah, like, what's that? Yeah.
I mean, and to put that out right after that Gamera test footage.
That was great, Gamera.
That was unbelievable. That could have been a movie in itself. Like, come on, Toho.
Just screw it up, man. I'll tell you, I'm pretty upset about that. I mean, they screw up Godzilla. It's like, why, how long before you made the last one? Now you totally missed the boat with the whole design and the... God, I'm afraid of this movie.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
I'm afraid of this movie.
If this one doesn't do well, if it gets a negative reaction, I'm telling you right now, Toho is probably going to be unbearable for Legendary and Warner Bros. And Universal to work with. They are going to be unbearable.
So they're going to be finished.
Their movie sucks.
Yeah.
So why are they going to be nasty to Legendary? They make money.
I have no evidence to support this. I just have a feeling, thinking about past things that have happened with Toho, if Shin Gojira doesn't do well, and they get pissed because people want the American version more because it was better, they're going to look at that and be like, now we're all out,
But they gotta listen to me. All they have to do, make a couple of Godzilla movies. What are you sitting laziness on your ass? Go pop out whenever you do a big series, like a 6-7 part. Pop them out. What's the effing problem? I don't understand why they make it like, oh my God, we need to get the script right. We need to get the monster. What are you talking about? Just get it out.
Well, they need to. In all fairness, they need to do all of that. The problem is it doesn't look like they're doing that. It looks like they're just like, hey, let's do something really Like, they want to be creative, and I
They want
commend
to do
them
something.
for that.
Oh, please. They got to make it like he's a freaking horror movie.
Well, yeah, that I
That's
don't
dumb.
understand.
Get out of
I
here.
don't understand that.
This isn't. I don't know what they're trying to do. It makes me sick.
It's kind of like I have a hard time, like, when I look at Godzilla, like, you know, I know he's not a hero, quote unquote, but I always look at him as something that I can, like, you know, if he fights that thing, that'll be really cool. I'll root for him. But when I look at Shin Gojira, I'm just kind of like, I don't want to root for that.
He's a hero to me when I was little. Like, he was just being like the buddy team up and all these different things he had with, like, you know, Jet Jaguar. So I love that. You know, this other garbage with the, you know, people gotta be like, oh my God, the kids are dead and the mother's dead and the whole town's dead and you scream scares the crap out of you. I'm like, give me a break.
Well, I mean, that's what they wanted to do with the original Godzilla.
But why? What are they looking for?
Well, no, that's what they're basing Shin Gojira off of, is the original Godzilla.
They're trying to do the original Godzilla, but let me tell you something. How many movies have been after that? That it's been a regular theme. He fights all these different monsters. It's a thing. Like, you're making it unrecognizable now. These people relate not to the original, but they relate to what came after. That's what the problem is. It's like that movie made it possible for all these wonderful movies to follow, but they improved. Like, you
I wouldn't say
that.
that.
You know, to me, I would, because I was happy with some of that stuff that I seen. So I'm not looking to go see an Oscar-winning movie. I'm looking to relax and have fun and see Godzilla like beat the crap out of like other monsters. I'm not looking for like Academy Award here. I mean, like, give me a break.
I mean, my favorite, and this will always be, my favorite Godzilla movie will be Gojira, unless something comes along that is just as good or better. I doubt it. But I loved Gojira because of the ideas that they were trying to recreate with Shin Gojira. The problem is, I think they're going a little too much. Because the original Gojira didn't look scary. It was the things that he did that were scary. Like, you know, It was how, like, indestructible he was and how nothing worked and it, you know, it didn't matter what you did, he was still going to be there. But with Shin Gojira, it's like, well, let's make him look really scary. And it's like, that's it?
But here's the thing. Kids buy the toys, right? So you want to cater to the kids, not the adult that will watch it once and not really be, you know. Yeah. You want to cater to the kids. That's what worked. You want to you know what it is? They want to make a failure movie. They want to be like, oh, we made Godzilla the scariest, this, and it won't make no money. It's like, what are you wasting time doing that for? God bless you. You made this amazingly scary movie that you can never make sequels to because nobody really gives a crap about it. That's not Godzilla. Like, I
was kind of hoping that they would have kind of done the same kind of thing they did in the 2014 one, where he wasn't good or bad. He was just kind of there. He didn't care about anybody else, and he fought the monsters, and then when he was done, he left.
Right. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe this Godzilla will do that, and he just looks really scary.
I'm just not happy the way people are running movies lately. It's like, I don't go watch Friday the 13th movies for people's acting ability.
Right.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, it's like the guy's talking like everybody else like is not a writer, and they don't know, like, oh man, you know, I'm trying to really capture, you know, why is Jason come back to life, or I really want Godzilla to like scare the shit out of people. It's like, why, dude? Like, what the F? What is wrong with these people? They make it like it takes years to pop out a movie. They used to pop out Godzilla movies out every damn year. Or Friday the 13th every year, or they would have all these. Come on, man. These people are just so, like, sheltered and are like, oh, man, we need to get it right. We're going to spend, like, 3-4 years. Like, come on.
Yeah, I hate that.
I mean, I commend Toho for wanting to do something new, but there's other things they could have done, I think.
I don't understand why they can't spend money on multiple designs of Godzilla. They sit in a boardroom and they say, all right, I don't like that, let's go with this. Because to me, it's like, what you're telling me is they had a guy design the thing, and that's it. There was no choice 2, 3, or 4. They spent tons of money for this guy to design it. It sucks, and they're going with it because they don't want to go for the money for another design. That's terrible. That is terrible. Okay, if you're looking for a Godzilla design, just like George Lucas with Star Wars would have different designs, how they're gonna look, how
Right.
different things. You need to spend money and say, okay, I'm creating 5 different Godzilla designs, right?
Right.
If all of, and I gotta tell you, because I did it with my books, right? I held up book 2 for months because the cover was wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't give a crap if it would. At one point in time, I didn't think it was ever going to come out. Okay, because it was stupid stuff, and it wound up being that I should have changed it anyway. But I'll wait, and I won't even release it until I feel it's right. Right, but like if they get 5 molds and they all suck, you go back and you say, we're not doing the movie until you get it right. Get me the effing molds. Here, do another 10.
I want to show you something because I think that, I actually just thought of this.
I mean, how much does it cost to design a damn friggin' mold? I mean, what are you telling me? Spending $100,000? That's bullshit.
Well, way back when, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
Yeah. No, it's all right.
Way back when they were doing Final Wars, I remember after the movie came out, they released a concept art for what Godzilla may have looked like. And I have the picture here. I'm going to try and screen share it. This, to me, was one of the worst things I've seen with Godzilla. But, Shin Gojira is right up there with this, so hopefully you'll be able to see this, because last time I had an issue. But this was the concept art for Godzilla 2004. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's like Gigan.
Yeah, now, I can recognize that as Godzilla, but I still don't like it.
No, I don't like it. I gotta tell you, one of the biggest things I hated about Final Wars, which I liked Final Wars, okay?
Yeah.
Was the fact that I love the Matrix movies, okay?
Yeah.
A lot, okay? And when they ripped off the Matrix movies and made it shot for shot, like stopping the bullets and everything, I was like, what is this crap? You gotta steal off of us. You should be embarrassed that you tried to do something like that. Like, he's the one. Like, what crap is that? Okay? Yeah. Please spare me. And that's the thing I didn't like. Are we watching a Godzilla movie? Because that could have been a whole totally different movie without the monsters.
It's true.
Okay?
It's true.
And I'm like, they're making a story. I'm like, they're making a story without Godzilla. Like, Godzilla's in the background, but this is a whole separate movie. This guy's got the shades. And first of all, when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, Monster Zero, the aliens. All right, let's see. Maybe they got a backstory. Maybe whatever, something. This is cool, man. But they ruined it. They made the whole Matrix crap. They made the freaking captain he's got the hat on, and the warriors. I'm like, what is this? Where is Godzilla? Where is God? And yeah, Godzilla fought a lot of people, but the fights were bullshit too because it was too fast.
Yeah.
It was like, and he's like, next, like it's like a joke. Godzilla fought the American Godzilla in seconds, which was bullshit, first of all. Yes, I know Godzilla, the real Godzilla, would beat the crap out of the American Godzilla, but that was bullshit that it was seconds. It was embarrassing. And all the other guys, it's like, yeah, all right, you didn't have to spend 2 minutes on this one and 5 minutes on this one. You could have spent more time. Take away all the alien crap out of there with the Matrix crap. I would have been happy. I went in there, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, is Godzilla, is he in half the movie? Or something like, why do I gotta watch this garbage?
That was the funny thing, too, is that there are people that really like Final Wars, right? Even though Godzilla was in it for like 10 minutes.
Right.
But they hate the 2014 movie because Godzilla was only in it for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, the 2014 movie is clearly a better movie.
I didn't hate the new movie. I liked it, okay? Yeah. I thought, yeah, should have been in it more, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you, I wasn't crazy that he was that heavy. Like, that fat. He wasn't as slim as I would have wanted him to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was really, like, Like Godzilla just spent a couple of decades having cheeseburgers, and now he's got to get up off the couch and he's got to fight somebody. I wasn't really crazy about that look.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, that's not even the biggest he's ever been.
I know, but
and at least like that one was distributed. Like his weight was like distributed.
I'm not talking about high. I'm not talking about tall.
No, I'm talking. That was the tallest he ever was right now. But as far as like heavy, like that was, dude. The 2001 Godzilla.
Right, we fought Orca.
No. This was 2 years later. That the Ghost Godzilla, that was fat. That was bad. He had like a pot belly. At least with this Godzilla, the weight was like distributed evenly.
The legs, like the legs. Yeah.
But the frickin' the Ghost Godzilla, I saw that and I was like, this design is great, but what the hell?
Right.
Like, what the hell were they thinking with the pot belly thing? But,
right.
I just, I agree with you 100% though. Final Wars with the whole Matrix thing.
I was pissed. Honestly.
Like, I remember watching that and I was like, what's going on? Like, what? I thought this was like, do I have the Matrix in? Did I put the Matrix in?
You know what it is? Maybe it's the writer in me. I get pissed off when people steal other people's stuff. Like, really genuinely angry. Like, when Into Darkness ripped off Wrath of Khan, J.J. Abrams, and he did that crap, everybody was pissed about that. Everybody. Okay? Do your own crap. Don't, start, please. So...
The story of Final Wars could have been really simple because at the beginning of the movie, Godzilla falls into the ice and they blast a mountain on top of him and he's like frozen in like suspended animation, like a natural version of it, right? I always, I'm thinking like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if all the other monsters noticed this and they're like, hey, there's nobody to stop us.
Yeah, that
let's attack the world. Yeah. No aliens, no mind control. They attack the world, and everyone's like, "Oh, we need Godzilla to stop them." That's his purpose in the world.
Sort of like Monster Zero, where we gave up all our monsters. The aliens took them, and then they started attacking, and we were screwed.
That's basically what it was. It was like they took the Matrix and they took Monster Zero, and they're like, "Let's make one movie out of this." And it was like, "Oh, all right."
And I'm like, "This is not Monster Zero, and this is not." Like, what are you doing in the Matrix? Like, what is this? I was angry, honestly.
I skipped through, honestly, when I put Final Wars on.
So do I.
I skipped through those parts and I get to where Godzilla's fighting monsters.
So do I. I always forward that crap.
Yeah.
The guy's riding a motorcycle. I'm like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
What is this? Like, I was genuinely pissed off, honestly. I mean, and it's hard to say that you can't rate it that you hate it because Godzilla's in it, and it's like, but it isn't his full movie. It's like weird. So I don't want this to continue with that. I want it to be a Godzilla movie. I understand they want to make characterization and some, these characters and humans and give them a thing, but that shouldn't be the overall focus.
Right. And I'm really worried that this next that Shin Gojira.
Oh, I'm totally worried about that.
They're going to try to give him a character.
No, I'm so worried about that.
What the hell is he gonna be in this movie?
I'm sick of these people that, what gets me? I don't want to change the subject to something else, but I'm going to for a second, okay?
Go on.
I saw Deadpool. I loved it, right? It always should have been like this, right? Always, right? Now all of a sudden these people are like, oh, we can do rated R movies now. Well, who the F stopped you the whole time?
Yeah, right.
Now all of a sudden you're like, oh. Like, Wolverine should have been rated R. Common effing sense. He's got the blades, he stabs people, they be bleeding. Just like, this already happened. You know what it is? People forget, right? And it goes through different decades and generations. They did Aliens vs. Predator. There was no blood. People hated it.
Trash, yep.
They did Aliens vs. Predator 2. They put blood in it. People liked it better than the last one. I mean, but still wasn't.
It was still garbage, though.
Right, yeah. But still. You go to make, and then what they did with the Expendables, they made it PG. People hated it. Beverly Hills Cop, they turned it crappy. They hated it. And now it's a big thing. Oh, my God, we're going to have a rated R. What if we put like a Ghost Rider rated R? Well, wouldn't it be demonic and stuff and curse? I mean, how could you not? like, first of all, when we watch these superhero movies and they don't curse, it's kind of like unbelievable they don't curse. Even the Avengers, they were like going to curse and Cap, like they used the excuse that Captain wanted to curses in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
But come on, man, come on, like just get out of this mentality. First of all, I think they need to change the way they rate movies because people are too like with that PG-13 crap, and all these teenagers know curse words. It's not like in the '70s or whatever. They know more than anything. They need to change the rating a lot.
I agree with that.
Allow stuff for PG-13, like
Totally.
cursing and everything. I mean, nudity, yeah, no, but like, I mean, you could allow cursing. That's ridiculous. They curse on Saturday Night Live. That they say a few different things now. They weren't allowed to say that before.
And there's video games which allow cursing, which kids play.
Come on, man. That's a joke. I just can't stand all these people. They flooded to this article like flies to shit. And they're like, we can do rated R now. Hey, we can do rated R. Hey.
And you know what I loved? I loved too, and you're gonna love this too. Both of you are probably gonna love this. I love the people who were like, I took my children to see Deadpool. I had to leave 10 minutes in. Yeah, no shit. Like,
like I went there and I'm like, why? I said to myself, why are these children in here? That person looks like he's not even potty trained over there. The other person's like can't even control like when he speaks. He's like screaming, like why? and then you see like dead. The guy's having sex and like the parents are not covering the kid's eyes, which they could traumatize these kids. What these kids are going to become like mass murderer Hannibal, weird sick freak, putting lipstick on, or like cutting people up because they just traumatized by stuff they're not supposed to see yet.
Well, you want to know?
I don't understand. Like, is it that they want to go and they don't got a babysitter? I think that's what it is. But like, those kids shouldn't. I told everybody, no kids can see it, right? Dude, like, what's wrong with people in society?
Because they don't want to do the research to see if it's appropriate, and it's like,
what kind of research? You show the commercial, and like, come on.
But like, all I mean is like, look up the rating and be like,
they showed stuff in the commercial that wasn't in the movie.
Right.
Like he's riding her against the wall, and I'm like, that wasn't in the movie. That's in another cut. Right. But like, come on, man.
I mean, nobody I feel like parents, all they have to do is like, oh, this is rated R. This might not be appropriate for my kids. Let's go see something else.
Well, you want to know something?
Yeah.
Well, when I went and watched it the other day, this guy was texting and that until the sex scene came on, and then as soon as it came on, he walked out.
I don't understand. I mean, I think if the parents suck out there because the generation's different, and they're all the kids that got away with murder, and they're making their kids get away with murder, and they're making them see all this stuff. It's like, I can't take it. And this whole thing, like, oh man, it's groundbreaking. It opened the door. What are you talking about?
The door is always open.
Like, exactly.
Go with it. What are you a bunch of pussies for with this stuff with the movies? I don't mean to curse on this cast, but it's warranted because I just don't understand Hollywood.
Yeah, the door is always open, but they slammed it shut.
And you know what? Yeah, a movie did phenomenal, made $333 million worldwide, right? Where they ripped the piss out of Hollywood and their stupid ideas with making him his mouth sewed up and all this other crap. They ripped Marvel, they ripped everybody, and people loved that. So do it. Marvel should get in on that and say, hey, let's do a crossover with the cinematic universe. Instead of killing off Deadpool in the comic, which really didn't work. And now now what they're doing is they brought him back to life, and they're like, oh, this month Deadpool fights Gambit. Who gives a crap? You don't really care about your characters because they're not yours cinematically. So it's a cop out because now you're trying to ride the popularity of Deadpool. Meanwhile, if you were worried about getting the popularity of Deadpool, you wouldn't have killed him off. thinking you were going to hurt the movie. You really didn't. And by the way, one of the Deadpool writers from Marvel was the fake mom that wanted the kid to make it PG-13. That was all a publicity thing, like a fake thing. Like Marvel actually thought they were going to get it to be marked down to PG-13.
No chance.
God. And please, mind you, I love Marvel Comics. That's my favorite thing in the world. But when you're wrong, and they're wrong. Civil War 2, really, in the comics? Really? Maybe because Civil War 1 is coming out in the movies, that you got to do there's no purpose for Civil War 2. People don't even know what's happening in the damn universe, or whose origin is what, or who's alive is what, and you're doing a Civil War which makes absolutely no effing sense about somebody telling the future. Well, Jesus, how many fucking characters in the Marvel Universe can see the future? Now you're doing a time cop or some type of Minority Report crap rehash that it just so stupid. Just get over it. Just make your own original stuff. I'm tired of like these. When I was reading Marvel, they weren't biting off of people and doing things. Now they're copying every which way everybody. Stupid. Minority Report was like so 10 years ago. Or 5 years, whatever it was. Come on. What are you doing? Stupid storylines that they're doing with the characters. Nobody wants the characters like that. That's why you're bringing Steve Rogers back, because it was ridiculous. But I'm getting on a rant. I know I'm going off tangent, but R-rated? Yeah, absolutely Wolverine R-rated. Yeah, X-Force? Absolutely. That's like a no-brainer. So, all right. Anything else, guys?
After that, I can think of.
No, not now. I think we blew everything.
Well, like I said, Deadpool is $333 million. Star Wars is just about done. Star Wars Force Awakens right now is, hold on. Star Wars. Okay. It is $2,029,000,000. Just about done, guys. This would probably be it this week because it's almost off Staten Island too. So that's it. Getting to the end of Star Wars time. All right, guys, we're gonna do. Chris, you want to do Real Hoovians?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's go. Take care. Bye for now.